Hello and welcome to the very first episode of the Raw and Score Trivia podcast. Prank, it's episode 85. You thought you put on the wrong episode for a second, I am the Quizzard, and as you probably know, I really like seeing where the listeners of the show come from. Obviously, the number one country is Australia, and close number two is America. I've almost got all the states, just need Vermont, Mississippi, Arkansas, the Dakotas, New Mexico, and Idaho to get on board. Can someone just drive to each of those and listen to one episode there, just so I can tick it off? We definitely know the states that are the worst at trivia, clearly. When I went over to America, I loved absolutely everything except the tipping. In Australia, you basically never tip because bar staff earn more than university-qualified nurses, but in America, I felt like I was tipping in the weirdest scenarios. I was watching a baseball game, go Dodgers, and I went to get a beer, and the dude didn't even ask what I wanted, just gave me a nod. I asked for 2 cans, and he hands them over without leaving his chair. The beers were already baseball stadium priced, and he hands me the FPOS machine, which suggests a 20% tip. He didn't even have to stand up or talk. How is that worth 20%? Like, I paid the tip, but America is weird. We score out of 35 points in Raw and Score with 20 single-point questions in the question round, a stupidly hard question worth 5 points, a bonus round worth 5 points, and a game that we play throughout the question round worth 5 points as well. This week, the game is Double Entendre. In this game, one of the answers to the questions is going to have a double meaning to do with the category that I give you. The example I always use is if the category was dogs and I asked what are trees made of and the answer was bark, that could be the double entendre answer because dogs also say bark. So really you're listening out for a kind of pun to do with the category that I give you. You get 5 points if you pick up on it. This week, the category is Donald Duck. So, remember to listen out for an answer with a double meaning to do with Donald Duck in the question round, which is starting now. Question 1. What is the capital city of China? Beijing. Question 2. What is the name of the main character that is murdered in the movie Lovely Bones? Susie Salmon. I think this has been a Quizzed recommendation before, but I'm going to say it again. Lovely Bones is so good. Watch it. Question 3. What picture is on the icon that you press to view your notifications on Facebook? It is a bell, and no matter how many times you press it, there always seems to be more notifications. Is it just me? Question 4. In which year was the James Webb Telescope launched into space? In 2021. Question 5. Portugal shares a border with which other country? Spain. Question 6. What is the largest living rodent? No, it's not Elon Musk, it's the capybara. Question 7. Quentin Tarantino directed a very well-received series of movies called Kill Who? Bill. And that is our double entendre for the episode. Donald Duck does have a bill. It's right on the front of his face. Google it and check if you don't believe me. Give yourself 5 points if you picked up on that one. Question 8. Which band sung the 1971 hit Stairway to Heaven? Led Zeppelin. I'm very late to this train. I've only just realised how good these guys are. Reckon they'll play in Canberra sometime soon? Question 9. What did the word dumb, D-U-M-B, originally mean? It meant to be mute or speechless. Question 10. Which 2 dog breeds are bred together to get a multi-poo? Multi-poo. That would be a Maltese and a poodle. Multi-poo is just what I get after Taco Bell, am I right? Question 11. Which countries made up the Axis powers? They were Germany, Italy, and Japan. Question 12. Steph Curry is famous for which sport? Basketball. Question 13. From top to bottom, name the colours of the Ukrainian flag. Blue on the top, yellow on the bottom. Question 14. Which number on a standard keyboard gives a percentage sign when pressed while holding Shift? That's number 5. Question 15. If I have 3 cows that produce 2 litres of milk a day, how much milk will I have after 1 week? Two litres times 3 cows times 7 days is 42 litres of milk. Get me 42 tins of Milo and I'm ready for a wild week. Question 16. What is the name of the virtual currency used in Roblox? Robux. I've always been curious what all the fuss is about with this game, but I'm pretty sure playing the game as an adult gets you on some sort of list. Question 17. Which musician's fans are sometimes referred to as the Beehive? Beyonce. Question 18. As of 2025, what is the longest bridge in the world? That is the Danyang Kunshan Bridge in China, which is 164 kilometers long. I know I'm stating the obvious, but that's so long. Question 19. How many coloured categories are there on a card from the original Pictionary game? There are 5, and no one knows what the letters in front of each stand for. Finally, question 20. Which country won the first ever Soccer World Cup in 1930? That was Uruguay. Alright, that's it for the questions. I felt like they were hard. Sometimes I just get the vibe that I know I wrote them myself, but reading them out, I'm like, what have I done? This is really hard. I do quite often get proven wrong by people who are much smarter than me, though. Did you pick up the Bill double entendre? I thought that one was pretty tricky as well. Don't forget to give yourself 5 points if you did. Coming up in a moment, we have the unbelievably stupidly hard trivia question and the bonus round of the episode. It's my favourite this week, Speed Maths. Woohoo! Get excited for some maths. See you in a second for that. We're back, and it's time for... The question's so hard they made a movie about it, but no one could watch the movie without dying of fear. The really hard trivia question. Alright, I've got a really hard question for you. You get 5 points if you get this one right. Here it is. In the TV show Seinfeld, what is the name of episode 3 of the 2nd season? So, if you were looking at the back of the Seinfeld Season 2 DVD set, what would the name of the 3rd episode be? You are not allowed to go and find your DVD of Seinfeld Season 2 unless you already happen to have it in your hand. I'm willing to pay that big of a coincidence. Is it the Soup Nazi one? That's the only one I actually know. Again, what a double bluff if it was. One day, one of these double bluffs is going to be real, just know that. It could be this one again. Alright, 3 more seconds. Episode 3 of the second season of Seinfeld is called The Jacket. It's the one where Jerry finds the perfect fitting suede jacket. Give yourself 5 points if you're a really, really big Seinfeld fan, or if you had the DVD in your hand. Moving straight on, we have my favourite bonus round. Who doesn't love to do a bit of maths in their spare time? This one's speed maths. I'm going to give you 10 maths questions with not very much time at all to answer them. The first few are going to be relatively easy and the last few are going to be very, very tricky. Your job is to answer them all. You get half a point for each one that you get correct. I always say I think the easiest way to score this is to just count out of 10 and then halve your score at the end of the round. I also always say, if you're not sure, blurt out an answer because, worst case scenario, you say something that's hilariously wrong. Best case scenario, you get half a point. Okay, speed maths, starting now. 2 plus 7. 9. 9 times 2. 18. 12 divided by 4. 3. 7 times 6. 42. 9 times 8. 72. 124 plus 224. 348. 56 divided by 8. 7. 3 cubed. 27, 9,993 divided by 3. 3,331 and 24 times 11. Give us an answer. 264. I got the feeling that was really hard as well. I don't know what was wrong with me when I was writing this episode, but I must have been in a bad mood or something because I feel like it was really hard. You watch someone get a perfect score now that I've said that. Honestly, though, I'll be shook if anyone got over 25. But no matter what you did get, send me your score on Facebook or Instagram or Spotify or YouTube, and I'll give you a shout out at the end of a show. This week, I've heard from Laura, who scored a 15. The graphics department scored a 24, and their rivals went running scared. They didn't even show up this week. Rick and Nadia scored a 22. Steph scored a 19, and Jing scored a 17. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you next week with another episode of Raw and Score Trivia. Bye-bye.